Today's Tuesday, it's the 9th of May, it's actually Europe Day today, and we're down in Santa Ponsa. It's an evening walk for us, so the time's, well, it's 7:20 in the evening, so the sun's actually going to gradually go down as we walk around, but the sun's shining now, and it's 7:20 in the evening, and there are still people on the beach. Now look over there, we've got a group of volleyball players, and we just pan round. And there's still people on the beds down there, still people by the sea. The sun's still quite high. Of course, you're always going to get people in the bars. It seems quite a while since we were down in Santa Ponsa, so it's good to be back. And I think probably the last time we were here, it was St. Patrick's Day, was it?
Yeah, March.
Back in March, so yeah, it has been quite a while. Europe Day here obviously is not celebrated actually on Europe Day. It's celebrated nearest Sunday really. So last Sunday, Europe Day was celebrated in Palmanova, and I have put a video up of the Europe Day celebrations. They seem to go very well, but it did rain. Actually, it rained right on cue. So Sunday morning, Europe Day was due to start at 11 o'clock, and we got down there just in time. At 11 o'clock, the heavens opened, and it was quite big drops of rain, but only for a few minutes, and then it stopped, so it all cleared up. But since then, I've read lots of messages, and people have sent me messages concerned about what's going to happen to the weather this week. Unfortunately, I don't have any control over that, so what happens to the weather is not in my hands, but the weather forecast does say that we might get some rain later on this week, and the temperatures might go down, and some people seem to be quite concerned about that. I'm not really sure how concerned you should be. Quite often, if it rains here, you'll have a storm, and then a few minutes later it's cleared, blown away, and you don't really need to be worried about it. And if the temperatures do go down a little bit, it still shouldn't really spoil your holiday. What is interesting at the moment though is tomorrow, that's Wednesday the 10th, going into Thursday the 11th, there is a yellow, actually the Spanish Met Office refers to it as a maximum yellow. I'm not sure I've seen that term before, but a maximum yellow alert for wind, which is mostly in Mallorca, but will affect the north of the island. So if you're in the Pollença, Alcudia, Playa de Muro area, you're likely to get some quite strong winds, and we noticed some quite strong winds today. I mean, nothing really strong, but tomorrow they should be quite strong, and with strong winds you get big waves, and they're predicting in the north of the island waves of 2 meters. Really quite impressive, 2 meter waves. And if you're in Majorca, you might even get 3 meters, so that's even more. So lots of exercising going over here and over here. This is where you should come for your gym, dear, down to the beach. And some more groups of volleyball players out there as well. It's quite early evening, and I guess people are just going to be coming out of the hotels and probably joining us. And Santa Ponsa, similar to Palmanova, has these little pop-up stalls with different things on. Hair braiding is always a favourite here. I've never managed to do my hair. Across the road you've got the Casa del Mar. barracuda. So just walking along the front here, another pop-up stall. So there's no market as such along the front here. They do have a fruit and veg market. It's very, very small, mind, in Santa Ponsa on a Saturday, I think it is, next to the medical centre and the post office, which really is just at the top of this road here by McDonald's. Quite a long way up there though, it's quite a walk. Got a lot of artists that set up stalls along here, showing off their artwork, and will also paint you a picture or a cartoon picture. A bit different, little market stall with jewellery and painted faces for children. That's always been popular at school when we've had fairs at school. Children having their faces painted.
If we are, I'll find a joke, right?
So the plan, if we ever have a plan as such, is we're going to walk up to the roundabout and turn left and then go up to the square, see what's going on up there. The road to the right, when we get to the roundabout, is I suppose the Santa Ponsa strip, and that's where you'll find lots of the bars, restaurants, and a little bit more of the action. And then when we get back, when we go to the square, we'll come back along by the sea, have a drink somewhere, I'm sure, and we'll come out down here. That's the plan. Let's see if we can do it. Football. We're Mallorca are playing on Friday night. Big game actually. We're playing Cadiz. We're also down at the bottom there, and it's a home match, so we'll actually be there watching the match. Hopefully we'll get the 3 points, and that pretty much should secure us in La Liga, and then we can relax a little bit and enjoy the remaining matches of the season. So when St. Patrick's Day was on, they had a stage here, and there's an olive tree. One of the bars we frequently stop off for a drink. We'll go a little bit further tonight now before we stop off. This is the Acapulco. these loud shirts, so I'm going to have one of these and go to Ibiza. What do you think?
We'll find you a nice one.
If you need a supermarket while you're in Santa Ponsa, if you're at this end, we've got an Eroski City, it says here. And it's actually below ground. We've never been to that one. Eroskis tend to be good value supermarkets. I don't know if they're all the same. That one in particular, never even noticed before. But if you go out of Santa Ponsa, going towards the windmill, some big supermarkets up there. If you're here, self-catering, that may be where you want to head.
This is a really nice Indian here, isn't it?
We did have a nice Indian. This one's called the Bombay. And it's looking pretty full tonight. Obviously very popular. Italian. And the rising sun. Want to walk on the other side, you'll be a bit more in the shade. Here we've got all the nice trees which have been nicely pruned to give us some shade, and we've got all the bars and the restaurants here. This is called Chalok. X is pronounced like a ch, so it's called Chalok.
Gary. And we bump into you again. How are you?
Hey, guy. I recognise you with the umbrella, you see.
It's not an umbrella.
What is it then?
Parasol.
Parasol.
The umbrella. It's an umbrella.
That's Gary, who we've known for a very, very long time. So he's telling me that get up to the square because they've got a huge, huge television, and because this area, as part of Santa Ponsa, is very popular with Irish and in particular Scottish, it was pretty much heaving on Saturday because Celtic were playing Hearts and winning that game, and they won the league. And he says they need to go up there and have a look tonight because it'll be all set up to watch the big match. And the big match tonight is Real Madrid and Manchester City. That's a very good question. But it's the reason we've got no football, or had no football last weekend, because of the matches really that Real Madrid were involved with. So there was the Spanish Cup match, Madrid beating Osasuna, and then Madrid are involved with this match obviously tonight against Manchester City. Who are we going to support? Who are we going to go for? Our eldest grandson's a big Manchester City fan. So maybe we should be supporting Manchester City. If we live in Spain, maybe we should be supporting Real Madrid.
Maybe it doesn't matter then.
Maybe it doesn't matter. We'll just support Real Mallorca. And that match is on Friday. And it's against Cadiz. Anyway, we're going to look forward to that match. But it'll be interesting to see what's going on in the square. This is the Baleares Verdemar apartments. Been surprised in many parts, in Palmanova in particular, how much work is going on, even though the season has now started. I'm just looking across the road there, and that's their private apartments. It's not a hotel, but it's work that's going to be going on. It causes dust, it causes noise. And usually, I think once the season starts, so in May, usually in times gone by, work like that has had to cease. But times are different, I suppose. Carrying all that water, that's heavy. This is all those across the road looking busy. As is the cantina. We'll be heading down there soon once we've been up to the square. Walking directly into the sun now. Nearly at the top.
We're there, yeah.
Nearly. Sometimes it seems as though it gets steeper and longer. I don't remember it being this steep. Just going past Caesars. see the summit now. It's a bit like climbing Everest. Not that I've ever climbed Everest. Surprising really how high you do climb. There is still further to go. I'm not going to walk up there.
Been up there, are we?
Not today, dear, not today. No, it's downhill. So this is the walk we do to get to the square, and the square is the place where there's lots of bars, cafes, restaurants, and always entertainment of sorts. Entertainment tonight could well be a football match. All the shops. Somebody wrote to me and said how lucky we were when we were going to the markets, that we could buy lots of stuff. We didn't have to try and pack them into suitcases. So you sell lots of nice things, and yes, we are in that lucky position that we don't have to put them in a suitcase and take them back from our holidays. I suppose if you are going back, you've got to think what will actually fit in. How heavy is it?
That's your water.
Oh, thank you. You know what that umbrella is for? To keep the sun. It's not an umbrella, it's got a parasol. It's a parasol? You would have one of them, wouldn't you? It is so cute. That's all. Oh, here, that's all from me. She's jealous.
So we do have some grey clouds now in front of us, but they're quite high. So I don't think there's any chances of any rain. And it still does feel quite warm. So it's coming up to 7:45 in the evening now.
Imagine the match, to my 10,000 steps. The match will be 9 o'clock our time, would you?
9 o'clock, yeah.
Be home for that.
Or 10 o'clock even. Sometimes the matches don't start till 10. I'm not sure what time it is tonight. So a park down there for the children to play in, with plenty of benches for the adults to relax upon, and plenty of shade, which is even more important. So this is the square we're coming to now, and there is a big board here. Only seems to have 2 acts on, Sunday and Saturday. So I'm not sure. Maybe they're going to fill up a little bit by the time the season really gets going in June. So this will, as the evening goes on, gradually fill up. I'm curious about this big screen that they've got that Gary was telling us about.
Tuesday, Madrid, 9 o'clock, Madrid versus Man City.
So here we've got the times, yeah. Tuesday, that's tonight, so it's Madrid versus Manchester City. Wednesday, AC Milan, Inter Milan, and then you've got West Ham, AC Alk, I'm not sure who that is, and then Rangers and Celtic. Ooh, that's going to be a bit of a humdinger. I've got a lot of friends who are Rangers fans. And then we've got some more karaoke. Crispy cod. Looks like a proper fish and chip shop, doesn't it? Oh, we just have a quick look around, just to show you the stage, show you what's going on here. There are big screens around in the bars, lots of tables, and if you can see on the table there, it's no smoking. So it's all quiet at the moment. Let's give this another hour or so, and I'm guessing it'll be packed. We'll be long gone by then. There's the Crown. I guess that's the big screen he was telling us about.
Is that where this showed it now?
I guess it is, yeah. Santa Ponsa Community Church there in front. Nice walk there into the woods, which we've never done. Not today, dear, not today.
What?
Walk up into the woods there. Actually lots of little screens, or I suppose the big screens all put together, that's what it is. And let's have things for the children to have fun on here. Well, that's the square, and they're just getting ready. 10 to 8 now. We're going to head down towards the sea. It's a big moggy, isn't it? Take no prisoners. As we head down to the beach, the others are heading towards the square.
Sorry. rocky on here.
It is. This is an area where they still need to do a little bit of work, I think. It's all of the paving stones down here. I think most of them are cracked, broken, and present something of a trip hazard. But we're seeing at the moment that they're taking the time over doing these sort of jobs in the centre of Palma. So not sure how long Calvi would take over doing it. The problem is they'll allow vehicles, they'll have service vehicles which will drive down here with machines, and they're heavy, and these stones that we're walking on just cannot take that. So they just get broken. So we're in the shade now, so Anita's put a parasol, umbrella with holes. She's put that down, doesn't need that now. And she wasn't sure whether to bring a cardigan, not to bring a cardigan.
I'm okay at the moment.
She didn't bring the cardigan. Temperatures were really, really quite pleasant. Really gets a bit hairy down here because they're really seriously broken up, easy to trip over, and I'm not sure how well it gets lit later on in the evening. But if you're coming down here, you do need to be a little bit careful. We're just getting down towards the sea and can hear the waves. Just a tiny little beach here. Man guy going down, looking for a swim. Good for him. Another little moggy. And another one, goodness. They're all out tonight. Well, the apartments here have got this magnificent view over the sea. So during lockdown we had a really bad storm, and all of this got blown in. This bar here, all the windows just got blown right in. It got completely smashed up. It's all been repaired now. Nobody's actually bothered to take it on as a bar restaurant, so it's still empty. I'm not sure if you can see, but right in front of me there's a monument, and that monument marks where Jaime III came ashore to reconquer Mallorca, and it's celebrated here at the end of August, beginning of September, and there'll be big processions and a battle of the Moors and the Christians down on the beach. And there is actually a little port over there as well, the port of Santa Ponsa, which some people go away and they don't even know it's there, but it's a significant port, and quite a lot of boats in there, but it's very well hidden. If you're on the island next Monday, you might want to go and have a look at the Moors and the Christians battling it out in Soyer. Not sure how it's going to work. The local authority there being a bit health and safety. Spain's never been into health and safety until recently, but they're getting a bit worried about health and safety, and they're not sure whether to allow them to fire the cannons, and they're limiting the guns to a kilo of gunpowder each, I think. It sounds an awful lot of gunpowder to me. But anyway, that's next Monday, and it's in the port of Soyer, so that should be lots and lots of fun. I'm not sure at the moment whether I'm going to be able to make it this year, but we'll get there eventually. Yeah. Coming down here, I always think of Faith and Mission Impossible, because this used to be very, very rickety, and it's not much better now, but there used to be a sign that said, "Don't come this way." And Faith must have mentioned in one of the videos, she must have mentioned Mission Impossible, and that tune just goes through my head as I'm walking over this part here. You nearly came a cropper then, dear.
It wasn't me, I was catching you. I didn't slip it, I was catching you.
Well, I think if you'd have caught me and I'd have gone, you'd have gone with me. Come here and you see the sunbeds are chained individually to the parasols, and that's because they belong to the apartments that live here, not for the general public. Might like the music, but why don't people use headphones? We don't need to hear his music. Anyway, the sea's looking very clear. Even though it's a little bit choppy, it's very, very clear. We just actually stopped there for a second, just to make a separate video actually, because I had a message from Lorraine, who was telling me that it's Connor's birthday, and they're on holiday here in Palmanova, and it was just a separate little video just to wish him a very happy birthday. I hope he enjoys his holiday as we walk back now towards the beach. And the sun is going down, but it's still, the light's still pretty good. See a few little waves down there. Nothing like the 2-metre waves they're going to be getting in Pollença or Alcudia or Playa de Muro, anywhere really across that north coast. Could be a bit exciting. Something soothing about watching boats and listening to the sea lapping its waves against the shore, against the side here. This area in front of us is fairly freshly laid concrete because we had our own version of a sinkhole here in Santa Ponsa. It just completely collapsed. Thankfully they did repair it and they seem to have done quite a good job. Just hope no more sinkholes appear. A little bit of a beach here, but it's a bit of a mess really. Nice looking swimming pool here. It's all roped off. They don't want you to go into it at night, and that's pretty much true in all the hotels because that's when they put the chlorine in the water, and so the concentration of chlorine in there is way too high for you to go swimming in. They do have to put quite a lot of chlorine in. Might make your eye sting, but it kills the bacteria. By the time the morning comes round, chlorine will have spread through the water, diluted. Quite a lot of it just evaporates.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's all right.
No, I would walk straight past this. I just didn't.
No salía.
No, estuve jugando con la prima al lado. C'est présent de retrouver. Et là, viens, ça s'appelle Imen Ben Salem. Where's it gone?
Nearly there, nearly back to the beach.
Alexis.
Yes, ma'am.
Quite slippy on here. It's the second hotel looking towel I've seen. I must say, I think I was expecting it to be a lot busier than it is. Still seems fairly quiet here. Much busier in Palma Nova.
That's what I mean. That's the one they take before they. You know, I can see quite once you work out what they have to do. No, because it usually makes me.
Just in our 50 minutes, hour away, the stall should now be set up. We do the henna tattoos. Yeah, beautiful sunset. Start going dark now as the sun goes down. These people with their stalls here, they come properly prepared. They've all got their own lighting system. This one's got an electric generator to power his works of art.
Unreal. Ducks there.
I still find it strange to see ducks on the beach. There's a henna tattoo. Quite often get asked about public toilets. There are not a lot of public toilets in Mallorca, but the beaches in Calvi tend to have them, the big beaches anyway. So here's one in Santa Ponsa. This is the public toilet. You need to have your 50 cents ready though. Spending a penny nowadays costs you 50 cents. Which way? That way or this way? That way. It's actually been a very good walk this evening. I'm sure you've got your 10,000 steps in today.
Nearly 13.
How many?
Nearly 13.
13. Anita does a lot more steps than me.
So you sleep it on?
Saw in the paper today that they've been filming the Mallorca files. I think they were out in Palma, but they're various different locations. It all seems a bit more secretive about where they're filming, the storylines. So even when it's actually going to be released, it all seems to be a little bit more of a secret.
It's supposed to be better, more improved, isn't it?
Yeah. That sort of thing I quite like watching. It's sort of not very highbrow at all, but it shows off the island, and we have some beautiful scenery for them to film. We're getting more and more film productions going. The thing that caught my eye there was actually there's 3 tripods down there, and I thought it might have been something to do with film, but I think it's fishing. I think there's some people out there doing a spot of evening fishing. I did get a question about is there any freshwater fishing? There's another public toilets. I can't imagine there is any freshwater fishing on the island. We don't have any rivers, so to speak, and the only big bodies of water are the reservoirs for our drinking water, so I don't think there's any fishing that goes on there. So answers the question, not freshwater, but sea fishing. Yeah, sea fishing is very active here. Now the bar on the beach here is certainly looking a lot busier, and the beach itself's cleared nicely now. We finish here, dear?
Yes.
Nice view behind us. Well, it's always a really nice walk here in Santa Ponsa. A little bit more exhausting tonight, I don't know why. Well, a lot of steep hills. That same steep hill seems to get steeper. Anyway, we've had a lovely walk, and well, thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. So bye for now.
Bye.
Bye bye.